Hey guys, how you doing? It's the Gaming James, and I thought I'd do something a bit different for this video. As you guys know, I'm a massive Battlefront fan. Like half of the content on my channel is Battlefront, and I'm still going to do another Battlefront video, but I thought I'd change it up a bit. Today, instead of just showing gameplay, although I will probably show gameplay on top of our discussion, I thought I'd give my thoughts and feelings about the first Battlefront and talk about how I feel how much I'm gonna enjoy Battlefront 2. So yeah, enjoy the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment if you'd like me to do another discussion like this on Battlefront, maybe Star Wars, maybe movies related, or something else entirely. So yeah, please enjoy the video. So I'm gonna start with talking about Battlefront 1, the original game. I'm gonna say it outright, okay? I thought Battlefront 1 was kind of underwhelming to begin with, but got better over time. To begin with, at launch, I thought it was kind of bare bones. There wasn't too much content to go on. It kind of got stale quickly, and not many people it didn't keep many people's interests. It was kind of a shame as well, because the core gameplay was so good, in my opinion, that it was so promising that so it had so much potential, but it didn't really live out to it because we didn't have enough maps, not enough guns, not enough content overall, and it's a real shame. Obviously, eventually we got couple of free DLC, but ultimately you have to get the season pass if you really want to enjoy this game, which is again a shame in itself. But naturally, I'm a massive Star Wars fan, so I bought the season pass, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But I'll just talk about the base game first. So yeah, I do enjoy the majority of the maps of Battlefront. For the most part, you know, I thought Endor was quite good. I did kind of enjoy Hoth, but I didn't think Tatooine was too good. But overall, I give it maybe like a 7 out of 10. I know it's not gonna be a review, but I kind of like rating stuff. So yeah, Endor was really enjoyable. I really enjoyed the Endor maps. I like how you could chase little Ewoks down to their heart. You know what I'm talking about. And I really enjoyed the Walker Assault map on it. I just liked the map overall, both of them, and eventually the free DLC that we got for, I think it was after, I forgot what it was called. Oh, the name, I'm lost in the name, but it was all fiery, all destroyed. That was a great map as well. I think Endor has the most consistently high quality maps for the game modes, Walker Assault, which is mostly what I play on. Hoth was good. I liked the base one, you know, the one that we got in the beta. That was quite enjoyable. Titan Hoth came out eventually as free DLC as well. That was okay. I kind of liked the second part of the game the most. You know, we had to go into the canyon, and you had to all group together, and you had to feel like an actual Rebel Alliance or Imperial army. That's when the game is at its best, when you got to work together as a unit, as a group. But yeah, overall, Hoth was okay. Kind of too open for me, not enough to go on. I kind of often went out there and got shot. Probably my fault, probably not the game's fault. But still, I'm going to blame it on Hoth. Hoth was okay, it was alright. And then we got to Tatooine. Right, Tatooine it wasn't great, to be honest. Again, really open spaces, and it was not my fault this time. It was the game's fault. The maps were kind of open, kind of bare, kind of sandy. I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, irritating. It gets everywhere, and it just wasn't as enjoyable. I can't quite put my finger on it. It just wasn't as fun to play. You know, games are all about fun. I didn't find the Tatooine maps fun. Now we should talk about the game modes themselves. As I previously mentioned quickly, the Walker Assault is probably my favourite game mode. Sabotage is really enjoyable for me too. I like Supremacy. Oh, Sabotage was the DLC one. I meant Supremacy. Supremacy was good. We'll talk about Sabotage later. Supremacy. I kind of enjoyed Cargo, Droid Run, all that lot. Really good. Most of the 40-player game modes, to be honest, were good. Some of the 12-player game modes were good. And I kind of enjoyed Heroes as villains. That was quite a good side portion. I didn't enjoy Hero Hunt though. Hero Hunt was not good. So I kind of enjoyed the Walker Assault due to you having to again feel like a unit. You felt like an actual army. That's when the game's at its best. The 40-player game modes, it's amazing. And then the 12-player game modes, I think they're more skill-based, to be honest. Like, there's so many more ways to die, to get killed in the 40-player game modes. Like, people can go around you completely, like surround you. But in the 12-player game modes, it's more like a fair one-on-one firefight at times. Like, say if you're in Droid Run or Cargo and you're trying to defend the drop pods, and then an individual person comes up to you and tries to take on the drop pods, because it's only 12-player game mode. There are less people to completely overwhelm you if you're not necessarily with your group all the time. So I think that's quite good as well. So the 40-player game modes, 12-player game modes, both have their ups and downs. Both generally quite enjoyable. The heroes game modes, again, the heroes as villains was quite fun. I enjoyed Luke Skywalker fighting Darth Vader, fighting the Emperor, fighting Leia. But I did not enjoy Hero Hunt. I thought it was completely unfair for one way or the other, depending on the skill of both teams. And yeah, overall I thought the base game was good, not great, but good. Definitely could have used more content to begin with, and I thought that would have kept people's attention a lot more. One more thing about Battlefront 1, I thought the heroes and villains were okay. Again, not great. That's going to be kind of a main theme for this game. The characters were kind of weak at times. Darth Vader was kind of slow at the beginning. Chewbacca was really slow. I think the biggest problem was that they didn't heal. That was the main issue that they had. When their health was down, say if they made a silly mistake, a one-time thing, and you could have 20 out of your 100 health down, and it might not even be your fault. So I thought it was kind of unfair in that regard. The health kind of went down too quickly. I thought the attack output for most characters were good though. Like Darth Vader, Luke, naturally they've got a lightsaber. They can cut through pretty much anything in their first swing. Pretty impressive. I just think they should have had a more overwhelming presence in the battlefields. You know, they should be more powerful. They should have been more feared by the stormtroopers or the rebels. So yeah, that's my discussion / rant on Battlefront 1. I give it like a base game, sorry. Yeah, base game. I give the base game about 7 out of 10. Good, not great. So now on to the DLC, the season pass. I thought it was good. Actually, no, I'm not gonna say good but great. I thought it was great. The majority of the season pass, DLC, maps, matches, extra game modes, I thought they were pretty impressive. Sabotage was great. I forgot what it was called. The Death Star one where you had to rescue R2-D2 and then blow up the Death Star. Not exactly how it happened in the movies, but you know, doesn't matter. Pretty great. Loved that one. Even the Bespin Outer Rim. I think the Outer Rim one. That's it. The something about kind of like an Overwatch style cargo escort thing. Yeah, that was pretty good. The maps, Outer Rim was good. I thought Jabba's Palace could have had the Rancor alive. That would have been a lot more interesting. I wish we saw Jabba as well. I don't believe we saw Jabba. I thought that would have been cool. Nien Nunb was a great hero, great sniper, great turret, great abilities overall. But I didn't think that Greedo was as impressive. His senses, Rosian sense was quite impressive, quite interesting, but you know, not as much damage output. I think I did a little Greedo segment on my channel once for one of my first gameplay videos. Got quite a good kill streak there. Like you could still do well as Greedo, but just not as much so. Lando and who was the other one for? Dengar, that was it, Dengar. Lando and Dengar, really good. It's probably the best out of DLC characters. Dengar, one of the best villains in Battlefront 1. Lando was one of the best villains in Battlefront 1 because he got a massive buff, but now he's got a massive nerf, so he's good. He's still good. The Sabotage was great. I enjoyed playing Walker Assault and Bespin also. And then we have the Death Star DLC. I was really disappointed with the Death Star DLC originally, when it was only 3 game modes of that: Rescue R2-D2-1, Fighter Squadron, and I believe it was Blast. That was kind of disappointing. But then, you know, EA DICE heard us, and they said, alright, we'll give you Cargo and Droid 1. So I really enjoyed they did that for us. You know, we had to pay for the Death Star, but still, it was really enjoyable once the update came out for Death Star. Finally, last but not least, Rogue One. Again, really good. Really enjoyed Rogue One. I really enjoyed the Scarif map. Enjoyed playing Walker Assault and Scarif. I'm not sure if we got another game mode with Scarif. Oh yeah, was it Infiltration was the Death Star one. The one where you had to get the Death Star plans to one of the U-wings. That was quite cool. I really enjoyed that. Heroes, Jyn Erso, yeah, probably one of the weaker ones along with Greedo. But I think Director Krennic was good. But again, this is all my opinion. If you're good with Jyn Erso, but not good with Krennic, or good with Greedo, but not good with Neon, that's great. That's fun too. This is just my opinion. I'm not good as Greedo or Jyn Erso. But yeah, overall, I think the DLC characters were really, really fun. Really, really good. The maps itself, the matches, the extra content we were given, the guns, the star cards, all really, really good. The HUT contracts which were introduced, that was a fun thing. But yeah, overall, I'd give the game as a whole, including all the content, maybe an 8 out of 10. Maybe an 8.5. Really enjoyed it at the end with all the content. Just a shame it didn't have that content to begin with. Now guys, we are on to the discussion / rant part of the video on Battlefront 2. Not as much as a rant. As you guys probably know, I'm a massive fan of Star Wars. Said that before, probably about 5 times in the video already. Not sure yet. And you guys obviously know by now, Battlefront 2 looks amazing. It looks absolutely fantastic. There's nothing that's no real big problem about Battlefront 2 that I can see. I know we've just seen maybe one full match on E3 and the CGI trailers, the you know, the stage segments in the trailers, but from what we've seen, I mean, come on, we've got the heroes, Darth Maul, Rey, they look amazing. We've just got so much. Maul looks like he's ready to pounce. He's really aggressive, really reckless, ready for his saber throw or his leap into the battlefield, destroying clones. We've got Rey looking slightly more cautious, slightly more novice, yeah, for lack of a better word. More reserved with, you know, more basic lightsaber strikes. I thought they really captured the essence of the characters from the movies. You could tell Darth Maul and Rey are completely different. They have different personalities, different fighting styles in the movies, and you can totally see that from Battlefront 2. And the biggest part, the biggest thrill that we got from the gameplay and the reveals for Battlefront 2 so far, multiple eras. We've got clones, we've got droids, we've got the original trilogy like from Battlefront 1, we've got the modern era. I'm not sure what to call it, sequel trilogy, modern era, something like that. And oh my god, it looks amazing. It's been confirmed by one of the DICE developers of the game that it's going to be 3 times the size of Battlefront 1 when it initially came out. Now, I can totally understand this. We're going to get a full Battlefront 1 game for each era, and that really excites me. One way to fix the problem of it being too bare bones is to make it 3 times the size with 3 eras. That is going to be amazing. Can't wait. I know I'm kind of fanboying over it right now, but I'm a Star Wars fanboy. Really excited to see it. What else? The map that we saw on Naboo, I think it was Naboo. That looks really exciting. That looks really interesting, really engaging. The colours are great. Again, it feels like Star Wars. That was another major plus of Battlefront 1. It felt like Star Wars. That's the biggest plus of these games, of the Battlefront saga. It feels like Star Wars. Last but not least, the class system looks absolutely amazing. Can't wait to be a jetpack trooper back in Battlefront 2. Gonna be so good, the original one. Well guys, that was my discussion of Battlefront 1 and the upcoming Battlefront 2. I really hope you enjoyed this. Again, like, subscribe and comment if you want me to do this again. I really appreciate you watching it all the way through. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.